What is happening, everybody? You're very welcome back to LeedsBros for a bit of a transfer news roundup in very unusual surroundings. If you follow OnlyLeedsBros, we don't normally make videos sitting in our van on our lunch break in work, so surely that deserves a like, doesn't it? Make sure you're hitting them likes for me, guys. If you're new here, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. And as always, we always say here on OnlyLeedsBros, make sure you're getting your thoughts in the comments below, guys. We love to hear it. Good bit to speak about in this video, guys. We're going to talk about Facundo Buonanotte, links with Leeds United again. We have seen him earlier on in the transfer window. We're going to talk about Issac Schmidt's departure from Leeds United and what that means. And then we're also going to talk about the very, very loose links. Now, we see loose links for Maynard Soloman. So as always, guys, make sure you're getting your thoughts in the comment section below. But let's talk about Facundo Buonanotte. So Ben Jacobs on Twitter has said that Leeds United remain alert of the possibility of a loan deal for Facundo Buonanotte towards the tail end of the window. As we know, guys, with 6 days left to go in the transfer window, a lot of dominoes are going to start to fall. Clubs are going to start to have knee-jerk reactions. And you might see Leeds United starting to pick up these players that we were linked with earlier on in the window. I think it was about 4 or 5 weeks ago it originally came up about Buonanotte. At the time, Borussia Dortmund were linked with him as well. So when I seen it coming up, I said, absolutely no chances he coming to Leeds United. But that one hasn't materialised. And Leeds United are still waiting in the wings of a possibility of getting him on loan. I, for one, lads, would absolutely love Buonanotte. I think he's an unbelievable player. Hasn't really got the chance at Brighton. We know the talented squad that they have there at Brighton. But when he was on loan at Leicester, he looked absolutely sensational. He walk across that front three as well. Very good in that number 10 position. And I would absolutely love him at Leeds United. So, be interested to see what way this one goes in the coming days. As I said, if it is a loan deal, I think that suits all parties. I think that would suit Brighton very well because they're sending a player out to another Premier League club. It would suit Leeds United because it's obviously going to be very low pay package from only his wages. And it'll suit the player then as well, I think, to kind of, really trying to ignite his career at a big club like Leeds United as well. So I'm very interested to see, very excited to see what way this one does go. So we'll keep an eye on this one over the next couple of days, and if that does break, we'll be sure to let you guys know as soon as we can. Let's move on then and let's talk about Issac Schmidt as well. It's a bit of a head scratch for me with the whole Issac Schmidt situation and his career at Leeds United from start to finish. I remember saying at the time to Dylan that it didn't really feel like a Daniel Farke signing to me at the time. It always felt like this was the one from the 49ers, and I think the proof has been in the pudding over his time here at Leeds United. He's had very little game time under Daniel Farke. When we have seen him featured, let's be honest with you guys, he hasn't really been at the required level. Last season, he obviously wasn't getting much minutes. Daniel Farke publicly called him out and said, he wasn't doing it in training, needs to be doing more if he wants to get minutes on the pitch. Then that seemed to flip towards the tail end of last season. It very much changed to Largy Ramazani, and Issac Schmidt was getting on ahead of him. So it always kind of felt like to me he wasn't a Daniel Farke signing, a Daniel Farke player, and Daniel Farke didn't really rate him. And to be honest with you, when I did see him, the very few minutes that he did get in the Championship last season, when I did see him, especially against Millwall in the Cup, he just wasn't at the required level for me, guys. And I think that's in the Championship, and he's definitely not going to be at it in Premier League level. Seeing him against AC Milan in pre-season as well, he was getting turned inside out and upside down. So we originally heard that it was going to be a long move to Werder Bremen, and then Leeds United would sanction the long move once we get a full back in. We know that we've confirmed the signing now of James Justin, but now it looks like Issac Schmidt is going to move to Werder Bremen for a 3 million permanent move, which I think is a very good signing for them. Very good meal for him, and probably a decent fee as well for Leeds United, and I think it suits all parties all around. Just hasn't worked out for him at Leeds United, and it's probably one thing I'm probably disappointed this transfer window. I think some of our incomings have been very good. Your Bial, your Stack, we need to see a little bit more out of Perry. We've gone into him a lot in the channel about his footwork, but you'll see that in previous videos. But I think the incomings have been decent enough. We definitely need more towards the tail end of this window. But what's really disappointing about Leeds United's transfer window is the outgoings. It's the outgoings at the minute. Just players on Leeds book that I think that just aren't Premier League quality, and I think you just have to be ruthless in the Premier League. You can't have any loyalties, especially in Premier League football. So the likes of your Issac Schmidt, I just don't think he's at the required level for Leeds United. He definitely has to go. Still the situation with Patrick Bamford as well, down the under 21s on big wages. What's happened with him? Is he going to move on? Ilya Gruev, to be honest with you guys, so just again, look, I hope I'm proved wrong. I just don't think he's at the required level for the Premier League. So there's players in this Leeds team where I think possibly should have been moved on to get better players in to kind of fill them. So it feels like Leeds United have left it a little bit late on a couple of the outgoings as well. But yeah, look, we're going to have to see what happens in the tail end of this window with kind of the outgoing side of it. It's very much going to feel like, to me, it's probably going to be one in, one out now at this stage of the window. The way Leeds United are going, net spend is 100 million, 10 players in, so it's going to be one out, one in, I think, over the coming days, but we'll keep an eye on it. But let's move on and let's talk about the big story, or the big news, or the big talking point, I should say, of Manor Soloman. It's one that seems to have the Leeds fan base absolutely divided at the minute. I've searched Twitter from head to toe to try and find any sources linking Manor Soloman back with Leeds United, and I can't find any at all. The only thing I found is that his wife is liking a couple of Leeds fans' comments and Leeds stuff on Instagram. But let's be honest, guys, that's not saying that Manor Soloman was returning back to Leeds United. So I think we all just need to relax a little bit, because obviously you've one side of the fan base saying, yeah, bring him back, I love Manor, look what he done for us last season. And then you've another section of the fan base saying, absolutely not, he's not at the required level, we need to be going for better. So for me, I'm kind of looking at the Manor Soloman situation as a whole. Towards the tail end of last season, we know how good he was for Leeds United, and I don't think Leeds get promoted out of the Championship without Manor Soloman being in that team. I think he had eight goal involvements towards the tail end of last season, which is absolutely sensational. Of course, scores the winning goal as well to win us the Championship title. But we're all waxing lyrical about him then as Leeds fans. We're all saying we want him re-signed, Leeds need to go after him straight away. We know the situation then that happened at Spurs, Thomas Frank going in there with Postecoglou being sacked. And I think Manor Soloman probably seeing maybe a slight chance of going in there, maybe impressing Thomas Frank, getting into their team, European football. Hasn't worked out that way. We know he's had the calf injury. He's missed a good chunk of pre-season for Spurs. He is back training now. And for me, this just feels like a lazy link, guys, to be honest with you. And probably a part of Manor Soloman probably said, I probably did want to go back, probably does want to come back to Leeds United now with the way it's kind of gone at Spurs. But I take this one with a very hefty pinch of salt, guys. It's a very, very loose link. There's nothing out there at the minute. My side of it is, guys, if Ramazani does go out on loan, if he does go to Valencia, Rangers, whatever it will be, well, Leeds United definitely need reinforcements then, and then wing positions. I know we have Harrison, I know we have Harrison. Well, now we have the two of them, but for me, guys, they're just not it. They're just not it for Leeds United. So if Manor Soloman can come in and be a replacement for Largy Ramazani and be an option, I'd absolutely be all over that. But it just can't be that. It can't just all that. Can't put all our eggs in the Manor Soloman basket. We can't hang our hat on him. I still want more. I still want more than that. I still like a number 10 if it is going to be in the likes of Buonanotte. A striker 100% I think is needed, because we're definitely missing the attacking threat. We've all seen it from the AC Milan game, the Everton game, and the game against Arsenal. We're really missing that attacking threat going forward. So still a lot for Leeds United to do. The Manor Soloman, guys, I take a little bit of a chill pill on it until something a little bit more credible comes out. Maybe we'll see towards the tail end of the window something a little bit credible coming out. I don't think he's going to stay at Spurs, and I very much doubt he's going to return back to Leeds United. Leeds haven't gone for Peugeot, haven't gone to go for El Canous. We've been linked with a lot of wingers throughout this window, and it feels like if Leeds do go for Manor Soloman now, he's going to feel like maybe your third or fourth choice, and that's not good enough for a team that wants to stay in the Premier League. You need to be ruthless. You need to go get them targets. So it's going to start ramping up over the next couple of days. As I say, 6 days left to go before the transfer window closes. I'm very interested to see what happens Thursday and Friday this week. That's when I think it's going to ramp up. And then obviously over the weekend as well. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. You said a little bit different, a little bit kind of out of my normal kind of sort of surroundings. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see a little bit more of them, let us know your feedback in the comment section below, because we might be able to make them a little bit more on my lunch break, as I said. So make sure you're dropping a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Hit subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next one. I did forget to say, myself and Dylan will be live tonight at 7:30 for your Sheffield Wednesday versus Leeds United match watch along. So make sure you drop in for that, and hopefully Leeds United get the win and progress to the next round of the League Cup. So that's it from me. That's it from us. Mind yourselves. Mind each other. Catch you in the next one.